Hey guys, SDG, and welcome to a special episode of the Weekly Review. Now, we held off till today because you know what's going on. Destiny's here, and me and Boss got our copies, and we are very excited to put some gameplay out for you guys later today. But I figured I'd make a video before I made like real Destiny videos. And what you'll see in the background is a Destiny trailer going. This is the official Destiny trailer. There'll be a link in the description just for all the fun sake stuff. But the reason that I'm telling you this is because I wanted to give my impressions of the game, because me and Ant played in the beta along with a bunch of other people, and I just wanted to give some of my initial impressions before we went directly into what was going to go on with, the team with Destiny and everything else. So initially, I had a lot of fun with the game. It played like a faster Halo to me as far as I was concerned, more like a COD meets Halo, which I've heard a lot of people say, but I was geeking off the major RPG elements of this game. Now, we had a lot of loot. Like, this game it's like Borderlands. It's all about the loot. A lot of exotic weapons and all that stuff. One of the things that I found that was really interesting, and it wasn't necessarily good nor bad, it was just a little quick for me, was the pace at which I leveled from rank 1 to rank 8. Now, this game seems like it's going to be all about in-game content, not front-game content. So the whole point, I guess, is to get you to max level quickly so that you can start branching out and making a really powerful Titan. Now, when I say that I went to level 8 really fast, I mean that. In the beta, I was level 8 before the end of the first day. So I'm looking really forward to see how they do that. Now, if you're a traditional MMO player, you know that the 1 to max level flow is very important, especially for setting you up later in the game, because this is what teaches you for the in-game content. And I found it to be really interesting that it just blew you right to it. Like, yeah, we're max level. Now, obviously, 8 is not the max level. 20 is the max level, with you being able to, through special scenarios, I think in the Motes of Light, if I'm not mistaken, you can raise your effective level higher than that. But yeah, it was really interesting. The second thing was, we played through one of the strikes, I believe it was, and it was hard, but it was fun. It forced me and Dale to do some real teamwork, like some really real teamwork. So I don't think we've had that level of teamwork in most games that we played. It was really fun. Now, later today, me and Boss will be playing, and we're gonna see how this goes. Now, keep in mind, she didn't play in the beta, so she's going in dry. She has no idea what the game's going to be like, other than what she's seen and what we said. Now, another thing I'm looking forward to is the PvP. Now, the Iron Banner style things should be back, if I'm not mistaken. I think Iron Banner is like a staple. Now, if you're not really sure about, if you haven't been paying too much attention, there's 2 types of PvP. There's the Iron Banner, which your gear level comes into full effect. So it's like whatever you got, whatever they got, and you just gotta pray you have better stuff and you're a better player than them. And the other modes, which normalize PvP, what that means is, if I'm not mistaken, I want to see if I can be literal about this. There is a normalcy stat that's added to all of the gear, and it brings all the base stats down so that everyone's within a few points of each other, if I'm not mistaken. So basically at that point, it just comes into account the special abilities you have on your gear and how good you are as a player. Not necessarily think Doom or something like that, where your special skills and stuff don't necessarily transist, even though they're omnipresent in how you actually play. Let's see, what else do we have? The moon. The moon was fun, because the moon was where I first ran into one of the random events, because I didn't see too many random events. Like, people were getting hit with them left and right, but the moon is where I saw my first real one, and I had to chase this giant floating orb for what felt like ever, and I'd almost just killed them because Ant and Dale were too busy dying all the time. So I didn't get a chance to actually finish it, and I was very upset about that. But then once I got back to Earth and I went to the Explore mode, I found a bunch of other things, and and they were really interesting. So So here's another fun part. We have, and because we're just talking about the moon and stuff like that, and that got me to thinking. There's, if I'm not mistaken, 1 or 2 races that we haven't met for the aliens that that roll with the darkness. And I think that's very interesting. I saw a bunch of different places about there possibly being dragons in a couple of different areas, and it's like, and there's a dragon hunter achievement if I'm not mistaken. Now there's a bunch of rampant speculation about if that would be an actual dragon you can kill, or that just means, yeah, we killed something strong as hell. You know what I mean? But that's more of PvE side. So I'm like, but that's the beauty of this game. It's a real MMO, even though it's got a shooter backbone. You know what I mean? There's PvP, there's PvE. The only thing that there isn't at this point, and I don't think there will be, at least for a long time, unless they make it like a real MMO somewhere along the line, is open world PvP. You know what I mean? Everyone's kind of in their fire teams, or you're kind of rolling around the area, and it's like, oh yeah, I see you guys, let me help you. You know what I mean? Because it's they make it almost like the Halo PvP, I would think, where the little backdrop behind that is this is just training and for bragging rights, as opposed to, like, let's say World of Warcraft, where the Horde, the Alliance are trying to destroy each other. You know what I mean? So it's really interesting from that facet. Now there's a couple other things I want to talk about that have virtually nothing to do with the game, and this is just my experience. So if you follow me on Twitter, you saw last night that I went to my local GameStop in South Philly to go to the midnight launch, because this would be my first actual midnight launch, and they told me I couldn't record. I was very upset about that too. And it was like, this is the one that's on Oregon Avenue in South Philly, and I was pissed because I'm like, we went through this whole back and forth, and I'm like, Philly's a little weird when it comes to recording laws, so I'm like, that didn't really surprise me. But at the same time, it's like, they wouldn't even let me record outside the store, because I just wanted to get a couple of people's initial impressions, because there was about 30 or 40 people where I was at, and I was like, I figured that'd be really good for my channel, but they just refused. They flatly refused me. And it's like, dude, come on, I just bought 2 copies of this damn game. Well, I can't talk to people. And I'm like, and it was dark and everything, and I didn't want to put anybody in any compromising situation. Giant black dude asking you in the middle of the night, hey, you want to be on YouTube? I'm like, that does sound kind of creepy when you think about it. But it's not like I'm not from this area and lots of people know me. So I'm like, because I had friends that I knew from work there as well, and I couldn't even interview them. And it was like, it was way too much of a hassle. GameStop, y'all was wrong for that. But yeah, those are all of my initial what I thinks. If you guys got any comment or concerns, let me know. I'm like, if I messed up something, let me know. Or, just if you guys want to play, hit me up. You can find me on Twitter at Elite Players Inc. You can find my personal Twitter at Silks_beans. You can find Epic Boss at Silk's Wifey. And that's all I got for you guys today. As always, like I said, it's SDG signing off, and I'll see you guys in Destiny. Take it easy.